Hello everyone, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If you're hearing my voice right now, you are in the right place. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Here we have a Knight of Swords. This is someone who is very decisive. This is typically someone that likes to rush into something without always thinking it through. Sometimes this is a card that's saying, whoa, hold on now, hold your horses, Wilbur, and think about it first. Consider the consequences. Consider the long-term effects. Consider what the results are going to be if you do this. Before you leap headfirst into something, let's think it through. This is a card of leadership, really of, decisive action. We're taking the authority. Okay? I feel like there is a chance for you to take some kind of mental or logistical leadership, and your clear decision is going to make everything easier. Just make sure you know what you're getting into. Okay? Take command of that situation when it arises, and it will in the next few days. Okay? Things are moving very quickly lately. And so very soon, I think the next day or two, that opportunity is going to show up where your leadership is going to make everything easier very quickly. Okay? You're going to need to make that clear decision. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. We have the Hermit, we have a Princess of Cups, we have a Prince of Swords, Three of Wands, and the Sun card. See, there's the clarity. There's the ease. Okay? That's everything becoming so much easier. You've got to make the decision. Don't let anybody else influence you. Your heart is going to be telling you to do one thing. Your mind is going to be telling you to do another. There's the 8. See, things are happening faster. 8 of Wands. We have a Prince of Swords, Prince of Swords and a Prince of Cups. We have a 5 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. Your quick decision is going to avoid or prevent or even perhaps correct a very messy situation. Okay? You're going to be asked in the next day or two to take command of a mental or logistical situation that's gotten a little bit messy. You've got to make a firm decision, communicate it clearly. Okay? You've got to react quickly. You've got to cut away distractions. You got to have that cloak of invisibility, which means that you have to follow your own inner lamp. You have to come up with the decision. You have to make that choice yourself. Don't let anybody else make it for you. Okay? Lead with logic and integrity, not just with speed, although things are happening a lot faster than you think. You're not trying to bulldoze over other people, but your clarity is clearing the path for the bright, bright future. This sunshine is what we want. We don't want the rain. We don't want the disaster. We don't want the big mess. We don't want the suffering. What we want is joy, happiness, clarity, sunshine, healing, warmth, prosperity, riches, wealth, fortune, fame, all that good stuff. Okay? Your quick thinking is going to guarantee the sunshine and going to prevent, avoid, or correct the nightmare. Okay? You're getting out of this nightmare. I don't know if this is a work thing, but 1, 2, 3, 4, there are a lot of court cards. So I feel like, it is a situation either at home, at work, at school. There are other people around that are going to be impacted by your decision. Okay. If you're the clear-headed leader here, what are you going to do? Yeah. You're fierce in the service of truth, gentle in the treatment of other people. You're leading with that clear mind. Your decision is going to set the tone. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. Let's just take this top one right there. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here. Let's use Mr. Ed, the tiny horse, right there on top. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments right below the video. Now, as we look around the room, two majors, the Hermit and the Sun. It's kind of like you're a reluctant leader, but it's time for you to step up and take charge here. Really is. No one else is making good decisions here. You've got to be the one. You've got to be the voice of reason, so to speak, okay? But you're, the hermit mode. We're kind of, you're used to being in the background a little bit. You're not always the first one to volunteer, but in this case, you're going to have to step up. The Sun card, of course, is the bright future that we're after, the immediate future, sunshine, fixing the problem, preventing the disaster, getting out of the bind, alleviating the suffering, whatever it is exactly. We're making the good weather here. Okay, we're making the sunshine. We've got fire, 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 water and water, air, air, air. No earth cards, because it doesn't really matter what this is. What matters is how and why you're doing it. What matters is kind of like your mental and emotional state and how you are making the decisions that are going to fix this situation, whatever it could be. It doesn't matter what it is. The Hermit is our next card. This is you seeking that inner light, that inner wisdom, the insight. You've got to look within for the answer. The answer's not out there. The answer's not in here. The answer's in you. You've got to search inside, find the answer, point your sight inward, right? The insight, introspection. Find the answer, make the decisions, lead this group of people, whoever they are, lead them to the sunshine, lead them to prosperity, family, friends, coworkers, whatever it is. And I think taking a quiet moment, will give you the insight that you need. Take a little time alone, no screens, no noise, just you. Maybe you need to journal, maybe going for a little walk, maybe just sitting quietly and not like meditating, but just like listening to your thoughts and just kind of letting them play through. Not trying to rewind or fast forward or skip tracks, but just letting it play through, the CD of your mind. I don't know if anybody still uses CDs anymore. In a world where everything feels kind of scary and nothing seems real, everybody seems to be disconnecting, you are giving the people in your life right now that sort of human connection. And, it feels like family. It feels like you are... feels like we're all in it together. And that's how I feel about the channel, to be very honest with you. I feel like we don't know what the heck is going on in the world anymore. It just seems like it's getting crazier and crazier and crazier. We're watching the internet. We don't know what we're even looking at anymore. If it's real, if it's not real. Okay? I appreciate you all coming here. Because I feel like this is, for me, real human connection. And I promise this channel is always going to be 100% human being, okay? With all my flaws. I feel like we're all here, we're all in this together, we're all communing with spirit together right here, right now. And this, it's just a little kind of side tangent type of thing. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you spending your time here with me and being part of this community. Yeah. And I kind of feel like this is the approach that you need to have in your life right now. Don't automate anything right now. Don't let something else or someone else decide. You decide. You use your kind of like God-given gifts of insight and introspection and illumination, you know, and you get the answer. You don't have to ask the machine what the right answer is. They don't ask the machine, what should I do? We know what to do. The answer is in you, okay? And that's the kind of human connection that your life needs right now, whatever this situation is. I feel like you've been needing more quiet time anyway. So like, take that time, process whatever's going on, you know, and ask yourself that question. What's the right decision? What do we do? Where do we go? What's the right answer? And wait for the answer to rise up within you. Okay? Reduce the social input. Reduce the advice. We're not asking the machine what to do right now, you know? Your inner guide is speaking. Yeah. And it may be that you need to do a little research, or you may need to read something or study something, you know, to kind of deepen your understanding. Yeah, I get that. But the ultimate decision needs to come from you. Okay. And so I think the answer right now lies within. And again, that Knight of Swords is like you're getting that opportunity to make that decision that's going to clear the way right now. You got to take that leadership. Okay? You got to lead. You got to get your lamp out, and you've got to hold it up, and you've got to lead the way. The rest of us, we need a leader. You know? We need someone to show us the way. So you need to be that in your life right now. Okay. Anyway, it's kind of making me tear up a little bit. The Princess of Cups down here at the bottom. To me, this kind of feels like almost a little scared. Almost like there is that part of us that kind of needs a leader too. You know, that we're being told to step up and be the leader, but sometimes I just feel like a kid who's in need of guidance, you know, that I can't be a leader because I don't know where I'm going, you know. But I feel that there's a confidence. If this is a little bit of, not necessarily fear, but just like, almost like reluctance or like hesitation, you know. The Three of Wands up here is your confidence. Okay. I feel like this is in some ways, this is the message coming up from inside of you too. This is the message, the sign, the synchronicity from your soul, from the universe, that's giving the clarity to the Hermit, telling the Hermit, like, this is that whisper inside of your soul that's saying, like, I know what to do. And then the Hermit's going to go in that direction and things are going to get better. You're going towards sunshine. You're headed toward happiness and bliss and abundance and health and wealth and joy and peace and all that good stuff. Okay, but I think you've been kind of sensitive lately. Like things have been just feeling a little bit more challenging maybe. You've been sensitive to the moods of other people. You might even be kind of like absorbing the moods of other people. You really feel it. Okay, you feel the needs, let's say, of other people. There's an impulse in you to create as well. Okay, maybe you create something small at this time in your life. A little note, maybe a little poem, sketch, even like a playlist or something. Put it on your altar. Maybe make a little altar. Just craft something real, not on the computer. Craft something with your hands. Get out the glue stick, get out the scissors, cut and paste something. Like literally cutting and pasting, not the Control-C or X or whatever it is, but actually cutting and pasting something. That's going to be a really big, kind of bonus for you. Okay? Yeah. And pay attention to your heart. Pay attention to the voice inside of you, because it's sort of speaking louder. Listen to your heart. Okay. Now, the Prince of Swords in the background here, this is a fixed air energy. And this is strategy, logic, communication. Okay. This is a plan or a conversation that you initiated. Okay, so this might be even in a way like not so much the leader, but the collaborator, the strategist. You know, where we're kind of like we're trying to solve a particular problem, and we're gaining new information. We're talking to other people. We're getting opinions. Like you're in the boardroom, and you're getting everybody's opinion. Okay, but this is back there. This is in the recent past. So I feel like the time for discussing it is over. No more debating. Okay, what it's time for now is a quick decision, clear-headed leadership. You can't be the Prince of Swords now. You've got to be the Knight of Swords. Because the Prince of Swords, nobody sees them as a leader. They're an equal, right? And so yeah, what this is telling me is that you were flexible. With this kind of fixed air energy, I think it's you trying to get other data, other information, new information, trying to bring in other opinions, asking everybody what they think. But then it's time to stop doing that. Okay? And you then have to be the rigid leader. This is kind of like everybody gets a voice. When you're here, this is saying, my voice is the only one that matters. Okay? Because this is that leadership. Someone's got to be the head chef. You know, somebody's got to be the one to make the decision. So I am kind of liking this transition that we have now, because it's not that you're just rushing into something with no idea of what you're doing, no idea of consequences, that you're just kind of charging headfirst into battle. No, you've had all of that discussion and all of that thought and all of that kind of like collaboration and all the meetings and all that stuff. You've done that. You've had those strategy sessions. But now it's time for you and you alone, Hermit, to make the right decision. Yeah. Now up here, this is the confidence. The Three of Wands, virtue, the Sun in Aries, being very sure about the right thing to do and doing it. Even if it's difficult, even if some people aren't going to like it, some people are going to rebel against you, some people are going to try to fight it. You know that this is the right thing to do, and you're going to do it. Now, the decision that you're going to make is actually going to expand the potential of the situation. Okay, this is expansion. I feel like this is that opening, right? That's arriving for you. That's going to reward you if you step up. You know, if you are able to make that clear-headed, confident decision and lead the way forward, your virtue, your integrity is going to be very well rewarded, because you're doing the right thing. You're acting in a way that your future self is going to admire. Okay? And you're expanding your horizons. You're thinking outside the box. You're being the leader. Trusting in yourself, trusting in your instincts. And I think people can feel your integrity. So I think people want you to be the leader, even though you're kind of the reluctant leader. People know that you can be trusted to lead from your principles. Yeah. And you're showing up, and you're basically like, you're not someone that's going to tell other people to do things that you're not willing to do. And I think that's character. I would never ask other people to do anything that I myself am not willing to do as well. Okay? Then you have a reliability about you. And your decision is sort of reflecting what you truly stand for. I don't know if this is, it kind of feels like this is something at work, or I don't know, maybe it's a family thing. But you're not usually the one that's giving everybody directions and giving everybody orders and stuff. You're not like the normal leader. You're kind of like you're a special kind of manager or something that's coming in, a consultant that's coming in to like fix a problem that has the potential to get worse. I don't know if this is a legal thing or what. I don't know what it is. Maybe I don't want to know. But you're coming in and you're doing the right thing because it's a situation that seems like it's gotten out of hand already, or it's a big mess and you're coming in to clean it up. So maybe you are like a consultant or an auditor or something like that. Okay. The Sun card in the future position is clarity, and like I said, all those good things, the joy, the happiness, the love, it's everything. It's vitality, it's success. This is a bright success or a joyful moment. This is the proof that you're moving in the right direction. This is the proof that your decision was the right one. Because it's going to be a successful moment, a happy moment, a blissful moment. This is fortune and glory. This is the gold. Okay, this is the warmth. This is going to make you smile. This is going to be a celebration of progress because you did it. It's the proof that you made the right decision. Okay. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. It really does support the channel, and, well, I appreciate that. Your general energy over here is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is swiftness, speed, movement, quick decisions, communication. It's a fast-moving opportunity that is going to, depending on the decision you make, it's going to push the story forward in a very positive way. Things are moving a lot faster than you think. Stay awake, stay responsive. This is like a moment in time that, like, if you seize the day and you step up, you make the decision, you lead to that Sun card, it's going to really, like, improve your life. It's going to move your story forward. Okay? No hesitation. Make the decision clearly. Choose the option that keeps the energy flowing. You don't have to over-explain. Short, direct communication. Time is of the essence here. The time for negotiation, for strategy meetings, for collaboration, the time for debate, the time for other opinions, the time for sharing our concerns. That was yesterday. Today, quick decisions. Okay. You're being given the green light to make the choice for the rest of the people, whatever is going on. Okay. And your Prince of Cups over here is obviously your authenticity. Okay, this is saying that you've got to stick to your plan or stick to your decision, even when there are a lot of even when there's a lot of emotional pressure. See, this is a bubble in an ocean. You're going to be the odd one out for a lot of people. You're going to be the one that's making a decision, and other people are going to try to pressure you to make a different decision. Okay. See, this is a bubble in the air. You're in your element. It's fine. Everybody agrees with you. Everybody's kind of getting along. But now you're a bubble in the ocean. Now you've got to stick to your decision, stick to your truth, even when there is a person or a group of people that are trying to pressure you into doing something else. Maybe one particular person, okay, a peer, a contemporary, someone about your age. Maybe they're a water sign. Somebody that doesn't agree with you. The person with integrity, the person being the leader and making the decisions, not always going to be loved by everybody. Okay, people might accuse you of having an agenda or having your own sort of, your own objectives in this situation or some selfish motives. Don't let any of that stuff get to you. These people are trying to influence you. Okay? You've got to be certain about your choice, even when your emotions might be taking you in so many different directions. This is a bubble in an ocean. This is you trying to stick to your truth when the current of the water is taking you all over the place. So your emotions might be just crazy emotions. Your emotions might be literally all over the map. Just trust in the decision that you made in this moment of clarity. Once you find that quiet, that silence, that stillness, that meditation, and you get the answer, stick to your answer even when your emotions are going haywire, crazy, nuts all over the place. Okay? When you're here, that's not the time for you to start changing your mind. Then you really, truly are lost. Okay? The Five of Wands, what you don't want is, of course, the fight. You don't want the strife. You don't want the frustration. I'd rather not be the one to have to do it. Can somebody else please make the decision? I don't want to do it, you know. I don't want the grief. I don't want the frustration and all that stuff. So, too bad. I feel that there are people that aren't going to like you. I think that you are a reluctant leader, but you're the best leader. You know, the best leader is the one that really doesn't want the job. Okay? And that's you. And that means that you're the right person for the job because you don't want it. Because it is a challenge. It's tough, you know, because you can't please everybody. You have to do what you believe is right. Do what you feel in your heart of hearts is the right thing to do because you're acting virtuously, even when it's difficult, and it's going to be difficult because not everybody's going to feel immediately the benefit of your choice. Some people may feel like it's unfair or that it's biased or whatever. You can only do your best. Okay? Avoid any unnecessary entanglements or drama. Don't feel like you have to prove yourself to anybody. Don't feel as if you have to justify your choices or your decisions to anybody. Because that's going to be a waste of your time. And time is of the essence, remember. Don't waste it on these petty disagreements or people that want to pick a fight with you because they don't understand why you're making the decisions you're making. Okay? And now that Nine of Swords, this feels like you're making the decision in real time. In the time is of the essence, right? You're making the decision that is going to alleviate the agony, the pain, the anxiety of the situation. It's kind of like you're in a situation and somebody needs medical attention and you're going in, you're being the leader, you're making the decision real quick, you know, because it's a medical thing. Time is of the essence. I don't predict that's what's happening. But that kind of like shows like the seriousness of it, you know, because the Nine of Swords, well, it is a lot of anxiety. Okay. And what it really could be is that there is a sense of fear. There is a sense of danger. And through your decisions, you're restoring relief and safety and peace. Okay? You're restoring confidence for other people. Through your quick action and your clear decision, clear-headed choices, you're alleviating this anxiety, both for yourself and everybody else. You're kind of saving the day, you know? You're basically saving the day. And you're going to replace this 9 of Swords with a 9 of Wands or a 9 of Cups, with strength and with hope, with happiness. Yeah. Because it feels like right now something is kind of spiraling out of control. You're grabbing the controls. And you're going to get us out of this tailspin. And you're going to land us safely. And everyone's going to be so happy and so relieved because you're restoring order. This could be a business that is just a mess. The books are a mess. The files are a mess. Everything is just chaos. You're coming in, you're fixing it. Maybe you're a consultant or, something like that. You're taking control of the ship and you're restoring things to proper order. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe 4, maybe some stability. Maybe a 6, some harmony. Maybe a 10, maybe a 9 of Cups. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. Yeah, the Chariot. You are the hedge against entropy. It is through your determination and your decisive action and your devotion, your loyalty, and your commitment to this group of people or this business or whatever it is, you're kind of saving the day. Okay? You're the one that is holding this all together and preventing it all from falling apart because you're thinking quickly on your feet. The Chariot. Yeah. And of course, you're grabbing the reins, you're steering, you're grabbing the wheel, you're grabbing the controls, and you're steering us to a safe landing. Okay, so we got the vehicle here. You're taking control of the vehicle, and you're creating the sense of safety for everybody involved. It's perfect. Now we're going to do an extended reading as well. Click on the link in the corner or the link in the video description. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.